That would be. It's just PUBG in a car. That's literally all it is. It's just PUBG in a car.
Basically.
Kenny.
Well, welcome to the Black and Yellow Otaku Gamers podcast. This is your host, Blackatron, Boys of Kenny, Black, AF. And I'm with my other hosts. For once, we're all back together. Hey! And
Hey!
next to me is Mr. Sock, Loheezy for Sheezy, looks good in the suit, mine easy. And then under me is Mr. Cluck Cluck, Marky Mark, get off my nipples. And then next to him is Nick, Rokutsu, Nicky Nick, the man himself, GG, motherfucker. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about some good shit, as always. And before I get into anything, I do want to thank all of both of the hosts we had the last 2 weeks. You know, Lauren coming, that was awesome. And also having Dill, that was super fun. And very insightful. So definitely check those out on iTunes and SoundCloud and Google Play and YouTube. And subscribe to all that shit. And
Because it's damn entertaining.
Damn entertainment? What?
Damn entertaining. Sorry. No, I couldn't tell if that was my neighbor moving stuff around. Because for those of you that are not aware, Mr. Mark over there and I are in the midst of a hurricane coming down to punch us in the face. So I'm sorry if I look around. That's because I'm not sure if that's people like nailing into the walls.
Oh, that's concerning. So yeah, this week we're gonna be talking about anime or manga. What does that mean? I don't know. What is anime or manga to you, like, as a whole? Like, which one do you prefer? Is there certain scenarios that you find that you lean towards one or another? What is the medium that you prefer? You know, like, there's so many different ways to look at it. One is definitely more accessible than the other. I won't really say which one it is currently, but, you know, it's just really an interesting...
What are you talking about, Kenny? They're both accessible.
No.
If you really
one is more accessible
no.
legally. The other one is not more accessible.
Okay. So the thing is with manga, it's like, I don't want to say like hardly ever, but like not translated as much as anime in terms of, you know,
because
like,
they need to be licensed to
and technically
printed over again.
Yeah.
If a manga is fan translated and it's not licensed in the US, it's technically not illegal to be reading it here from the fan translation.
Really?
Yes.
Because
no.
It's a really big gray area, but you won't get prosecuted in the US by a company in the US.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's
But
not
if you're in
healthcare law, I
Japan,
don't
you're
give
fucked.
Yeah. But like someone in Japan is not going to press charges against you in the US because that's a lot of work.
Yeah. So that's the thing. That's what makes it so interesting, this kind of discussion. You know, with manga, it is extremely accessible if you are caught up in certain series. Like, if you're a Shonen Jump reader and you're caught up, boom, you get all the content. You pay that monthly subscription, you get that weekly chapters for all of them. Awesome.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
I think if I started that way, I would have been way better off than like doing the way, you know, that most people do it now.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, Japan has it easy that way because they can just find it and just read it, and then we have to do all this nonsense and shit like that. But
yeah.
Luckily enough, Shonen Jump does have like English versions for us.
Yeah.
I thought you were just being an asshat. And you said that like that purposely. That was funny. I was like, "Wow, Aloha, that's a little racist, man."
I don't know what you're talking about.
What the? I really don't.
So, that's the thing. It's like, when, like, right now, I'm in this weird position. I decided, even though people have told me on multiple occasions, you should read My Hero. You should read X, Y, and Z, and then go back to A and finish those other series. But I keep saying no. My reasons: too busy, too long.
Yep.
Don't have the money.
Yep.
So that's how it usually stops me, right? So I started reading One Piece.
All right.
Why?
So everything I said just went out the window.
Why? You were that I would say that literally goes against every like I tried that shit too. I tried reading and watching,
So
and then it's like no.
One Piece. Now that I have revisited it, it is a whole new world to me. Like I actually enjoy it now. Now that I have more insight as to how shonen works, like shonen series.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
Nick, which do you prefer since you've watched and read?
Oh, for One Piece?
Yeah.
I'll watch.
Watching?
Yeah.
Reading's actually fun.
Yeah. So I've been on the fence. I think I've watched like from beginning to I want to say like after the time skip, maybe. No, just before the time skip. That's when I stopped watching.
Oh, so you still got past me.
Yeah, and then I started reading from there because for whatever reason, I just started reading and I was like, this is good. Like I don't have an exact preference, but because like it was sort of the thing where I wanted to stay ahead of the game, so that's why I read it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and that kind of falls into my next point. With reading manga, and let's say you are doing it the legal way and you're all caught up, you're pro, and like almighty pro. That's what I meant to say. Is content, nonstop content. Even if one series is on hiatus, you have all the other series that are out. So it's like you can't really lose out. So yes, that's where manga will always be anime, in my opinion. But I bet there's a bunch of manga readers that wish they watched My Hero instead of read it, because the impact that the anime has is like completely overwhelming everyone.
It's a completely different experience. Totally.
It's nuts. Like that whole fight with Todoroki and like Deku is like I can't really top it with anything else this year. Even though the Stain fight was ridiculous too. So, yeah, I'm super happy with everything. I can't complain. And the only thing is that we only go up from here, right? You know, like the finals with that series, like now they're doing the whole was it Bakugo and Deku versus All Might?
Oh God! When I saw that, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Shit's gonna be real. And I like what they did to, you know, even the playing field by adding the weights. I thought that was cool because it was like a slight nod to like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and all these other series. Yeah. So I was like super okay with it because it wasn't too much of a nod where like you were jacking it. It was more like, hey, we see what you did there. We kind of want to incorporate it, but make it interesting and actually fit our world.
Much better. I think the line was like, I think he even, like I said, it's like it's a little cliche or something like that. But like, yeah, we're just gonna add our weight in weights.
Yeah.
And the fact that like they're still like, oh yeah, we're pros. Don't fuck with us. It's like, yeah, Jesus. They thought they were tough shit, but no, they are not.
Yeah, and what makes that show interesting, and I'm only going to talk a little more about My Hero, it's the idea that they actually made it so that each battle with the pros were playing on their weaknesses, you know, as the kids, you know, like, I like the
tactical as shit.
Exactly. Like, that was so good, and then, like, fucking Eraserhead. You just don't expect this kind of stuff, and even All Might is like, Isaiah, I think it's
Aizawa.
Okay, Aizawa is like really smart, and he's playing this really well versus, you know, anyone else's opinion of him, since he had that one badass moment season 1, but that's really all we've seen of him. Yeah. You know, he's just been playing in the background, chilling, you know, sleeping in his sleeping bag behind his desk. The good old stuff.
Kind of teaching.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, but, you know, with that kind of opinion between like content and having so much manga, what about anime only? You know, like when I say anime only, I mean like those anime original content, like
anime
recreators.
Original content.
No sort like the source material is anime. You know, it's not like it's based off of light novels, manga. It's just straight up coming from an anime studio that just had faith in something.
I'm gonna fact check this really quick, but you can go on.
18IF technically came off of a video game, and its whole dynamic has been random as motherfucker. It's just been nothing but it's really been like 9 different shows.
Yeah.
And then they've had nothing in common almost. Like there's like, oh yeah, it's about dreams and this guy who's in dreams and he's helping these women who are stuck sleeping. But almost none of them have the same themes. Even the art style, the feel, everything. It's a grab bag. It's like Fooly Cooly, actually.
Yeah.
It's like you don't know what the hell is going on, and I'm hoping they tie it together. If they tie it all together, then it's great. But that's an example of a very unique and interesting idea that did not come from manga.
But it did come from some other source material.
It did. But I'm just saying, like, that's the closest thing I could think of that wasn't recreators.
Well, what about Kill la Kill?
Yeah, Kill la Kill is one.
Oh, see, Trigger in general just kind of clicked in my head.
Trigger is as a whole, yeah. And then not just Trigger, but Gainax and a few other studios really like pulled it.
There's a lot of PA work.
Makaku City
was. Makaku City is it was. Oh. All right, look, it is started off as the Vocaloid stories, so it was all like audio.
Yeah,
and that's then like manga, then anime.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I knew it started off as something else, but I didn't remember what it was.
Mm-hmm. So like that's the idea behind it. Like, I'm trying to think. Isn't there another series made by the same people?
Kisniver?
Creators?
No.
Yeah, Kisniver's original.
Yeah. Kisniver.
What's the fuck? Oh, Noah Zero. Isn't that original too?
Yeah.
Okay. So
but the thing is with that is they tried to be Code Geass. I think Code Geass was original too, right?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think
Loha, get on it.
Yeah, Loha's. See, we've been missing you, Loha. I shit you not. Like all last week, we're like, "Fuck, man, we're missing our fact checker. What the hell are we gonna do now?"
So
all sorts of random bullshit. I think
it is original, and then they made the manga afterwards. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think they made like season 2 based on reactions of season 1 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why it was like kind of out of left field.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. Because I remember
that's gonna be Fooly Cooly soon. Unfortunately.
Oh my god.
That's gonna be.
You think it's gonna come out bad?
Oh, I don't think it's gonna be bad. Mostly because all the people from the original are back. You know, like the same director, same writer, character designer, same music. Like you really can't go wrong. But you know, you always have that feeling that oh no, like maybe the quality won't be there because it seems like it's all about the money. You know, like when Toonami says, "Hey, here's all this money. Make Fooly Cooly 2 and 3, please." Then you kind of get a little concerned.
For 2 seasons?
Yeah, it's 2 and 3. But it is going to be 2 episode 6 seasons. Remember that. Like 6 episode seasons.
2 6-episode seasons? Oh,
Yeah,
that's not bad. That's like one full season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that's fucking great.
Yeah, like me personally, like I'm more than willing to give it a shot. Especially since the music is Pillows Again, and that song that they featured in the trailer was amazing. So I'm super hyped to see what happens from that. But that was just good examples of what original content is versus a lot of the other series, like Sword Art being from a light novel. You got all the Shonen Jump series. Yeah, you got ReZero as a light novel. You got all the Shonen Jump series. And that's another point. It's like, for me, a lot of those Shonen Jump animes are hit or miss depending on the studio that develops them. You know, like I feel that, you know, when you have something like Studio Pierrot, who's worked on Naruto, I'm guessing Boruto, and some other shit, they're okay. They get the job done, but it's like, it seems like they're more like factory workers, you know? Like they're just there to pump out shit, like, you know? And then you have someone like Bones. Bones just like, you could tell how much they really love My Hero. The careful things they add to it just to bring more quality to it. And not just My Hero, I think Mob Psycho even falls in that placement. Because Mob Psycho is so good. Like, it is so good, and they could have went a different route with it just to make it more popular, but they said no. Like the guy that created One Punch Man and Mob Psycho, he said, "Hey, if they wanted to make Mob more attractive to get more of an audience, I'm okay with that." They said no, leave everything the way it is. Like, you can't really beat that. So when a studio does adapt things well, then yeah, you kind of want to watch it versus reading it.
Bro, it's so insane what they did from what they got from the manga.
Yeah,
insane.
Mm-hmm.
The exact opposite of that is Millipents with Berserk, where I want to fucking stab people because they can do it. Thank you, Kenny. No, they can do it. They can do it. They proved it in that last episode. There's like a good 30 seconds of like, hey, look at what we could do. Like, I'm about to just, I would drop money if they gave me a guarantee. It's like, listen, the only reason why we didn't do this is money. I'd be like, fuck it, I'll buy 5 goddamn copies. I'll ship them out to people.
Kickstarter.
Like, I would Kickstarter that shit. I would. But fuck, man, like,
yeah,
I love the original part, the Golden Age arc.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kicked into Black Swordsman in this awful CG shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Also, Mark, fun fact, Black Swordsman in the manga took place before Golden Age, so it was funny your friend posted that. I'm like, yes, they got past the first 5 chapters of the manga.
So, with the Shonen series I was mentioning earlier, there's some other examples of what could happen and what can, whether it's good or bad. Like, look at JoJo. I feel like JoJo is so crazy good, and I don't care what you got like as the source material, whether you watched it way back or read it back then or whatever. You watch that anime and you're gonna fucking love it no matter what. Like, it's just super intense and great, impactful. You can't walk away without saying, "Fuck, that was a good episode." Like it's that hectic and good. But then
you're gonna say, that was an amazing anime.
Yeah, well, David Production, who came out of fucking nowhere, just like said, "Hey, we're gonna do JoJo, and we're gonna do it right, motherfucker." But then they made Sagrada Reset, and it's just like, what?
It's apparently getting really good.
Okay.
I need to catch up on it.
If you have to stay tuned, Mark will be back a few weeks from now, and he's gonna write a review about it.
I'm gonna wait for it to be complete and then just back on it.
How's that NTR show going for you?
I was on vacation last week, so I couldn't watch it. But I'm still watching
good.
it.
Oh god! I was like, good. He stopped. He's kicked it. He's kicked the drug.
So
that wasn't gonna happen.
My other example.
I made this far already. I gotta keep going.
Black Clover, this show that is coming out next season. I believe it's next
I haven't looked into shit. I haven't looked into
Black Clover is another Shonen Jump series that
sounds really, really familiar.
Becoming number 3 out of the big 3.
Oh, this thing, I've been meaning to read it for so long because I always get emails from Shonen Jump and it's like, hey, this new Shonen series is really popular, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And then like I just read a little bit about it, and I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah. So that one's interesting, but
oh shit,
Studio Period. So you're gonna get another Naruto studio doing it, which is totally fine. But I wonder how great it will actually, like, will it have the same impact that My Hero had, or will it like not be able to really push the boundaries? Because the thing is, with Shonen Jump's pacing in general, like it's all about creating like all this anticipation for the next chapter. It's all about bringing up the next notch, but still keeping some kind of flow to the story, right? So I really wonder where that series falls. I could have read it, but I said, you know what? I kind of want to see how the anime is going to be, because I feel like it might fall in the whole read instead of watch. But it really depends. I haven't really seen too much of it. Also, next season's going to be interesting. Like, really good, I think.
One show that I definitely can't do the read. Just on the note of next season, Gintama. I don't think I could read that. Like, I love it. I love it to fucking death. But I couldn't read it because there's so many jokes that... because they make so many jokes that are just so interesting and unique and off-putting. And a large chunk of it is complaining about we have to do something different because we caught up to the manga already. So please forgive the fact we're gonna give you like 3 whole like anime only story arcs, and then they'll fucking run off on that. And it's great because they have such a good dynamic because they make fun of themselves for being an anime that has to wait for a manga to come out. And if I feel like there's so many jokes and nuances that they just can't do because in a manga because it's like, oh yeah.
So I think that's why I liked Fooly Cooly as much as I did. One of the reasons, actually. There's 2 scenes that are like outstanding. There's one in the beginning where they went full manga panel, like the whole next 5 or 10 minutes. No, not 10 minutes. It had to be like 5 or 8 minutes of just manga panels the whole time. Like they're animating, but it's just manga panels. So you're going through this manga panel, and like the voice actors are acting out everything. And then they made a joke about it later, like episode 6, and they're like, they told us that we couldn't do this. The director said it was going to cost too much, but we're doing it anyways because the director said we had to do it. So it's like that whole like things like that where they make jokes about the process of making anime is always something to look forward to. And you're right, you know, it's really good to take something out. You know, like, yes, everyone hates fillers for certain series, but you have something like Gintama where they still bring out quality, then you're going to really enjoy it. Another example, My Hero with, Froppy. Like, I don't think anyone complained about that shit.
That was
Not
awesome.
one person, because it actually fit the story.
Yes.
It gave you the fan service, but not fan service, you know? Like, it wasn't, like, all ecchi. It just did exactly what we needed. Fan service. It gave us what we wanted from the best girl of the fucking show. Yeah, I said it.
Lauren posted that like an older photo, like an older drawing of like a rendition of her of Froppy, and I was like, I didn't know I needed to see that photo, but man, that's good. Like, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that rendition.
Yeah, I think. I think that's one series that I can't ever read. I just won't allow myself to. I don't care how behind I am. The delivery is just so good that's just not. I don't mind avoiding it. It's just the issue is if I decided to be an absolute idiot and go and decide to Google up images of characters, I know that it won't end well. It never does. Oh yeah, let me Google up images of All Might. Oh, he's dead now. Fuck.
Oh, is it? Katie linked a meme that someone had made where it's like this is where shipping begins, and it's Aizawa's line about some of them I matched because of their attributes, some of them I matched because of their skill set, and then there's some that I paired because of how poorly they get along. And it's funny. Like over that one it's like this is how shipping works, and I'm like, fuck, they're absolutely right. That guy nailed it perfectly. But again, it's things like that. I feel like just the voice delivery and the action. There's some things like JoJo's where it's characterized because they do that whole menacing, like the menacing sound effect behind people, and that's something that can carry over into anime really well. But even if you only read it, would be really good. That sort of nuance, or even like how awesome All Might is, I don't think it would carry over just the same.
Yeah. So for adaptions, before we even get into this question, I'm just gonna say the answer. Fuka, what the fuck? And here's the question: what adaptions do you think just did not do the source material justice?
Fuka.
What the fuck? There are 2 things we don't fuck with in this podcast, okay? We don't fuck with Fuka, and we don't fuck with Big Order, okay? If you like any of these things, you're done. We don't talk anymore. Get the fuck out of here.
It's like we're an up and coming multimedia.
I'm just kidding. Please don't leave us.
Oh my god! I can't believe you programmed that in. Oh my god! I can't believe you said that.
So for all the listening only people, Mark added, or someone added the Moobot.
It was definitely Mark.
Yeah, so Mark added like
a command
to throw, like, flip a desk, and oh no, is that
It's
Not
not.
a
He's not
No, it's the
not a
machine
death
gun.
Oh.
It's the
Shooting a machine gun.
emoji of someone flipping a table, but instead of flipping a table, they're firing a machine gun.
Okay. Wow. That was interesting.
Like I'm just like looking at them like, okay, Mark,
that
thank
just
you.
happened. So yeah, like
Mock being mock.
I don't care how you feel. I don't care if you tell me that the manga's better. Big Order is awful. Get out. Fuka.
I heard the manga was just as bad.
We talked
For
about
Big Order.
Fuka a little bit with Lauren, and she
Yeah, we did.
she gave her opinion on it. That was interesting. And when
Needless
we
to
say
say,
opinion, we're talking about the manga, not the anime.
To be honest, just read the manga. Manga is so much better. Not even in just the delivery of the part that the anime covered,
Yeah.
but in the stuff afterwards. It becomes a really good story.
So
I'm
with
dead serious. It's actually a good
Until
story.
someone pulls a Jesus.
okay, let
Huh?
me say this. Okay, so Fuka. That's an example of anime fuck manga. No, other way around. Sorry, manga fuck anime. All right.
Manga.
Now, I want to ask Loha this.
Me?
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and Full Metal Alchemist. Right?
Yep.
I know that you like Full Metal Alchemist a lot.
Yep. I watched both of them.
Yes.
All right. I watched the original on Adult Swim. I stayed up every fucking night to watch that shit. All right. And I did over the past year watch Brotherhood, the whole thing. And wait, what's your question?
That was my question. Which one? Like, which one do
Which
you...
which one?
Yes.
Which one do I choose?
Before you answer that, I want to say this. Full Metal Alchemist is now #1 on my anime list.
No.
It finally beat...
No way.
Yeah,
No.
it beat your name finally.
Top anime. Hold on.
That's ridiculous.
Woo!
Yeah.
But it's the same score.
It's the same number.
It's above, though.
It is above.
Well, that
Probably
means
because
it's
it
in
has
like
more...
fractions.
It has
Fractions
more,
of
members.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more members.
It's a higher fraction almost certainly.
Whoa, wait. There's a tip. It says, "How do we rank shows?" Blah blah blah. Wait,
Bullshit.
where's the tiebreaker? Where's the tiebreaker? Come on.
There's no tiebreaker.
Wow.
Just more people had to
Gintama
watch you.
dropped. I'm so
Alright.
sad. Gintama
Well, that's
dropped
the thing. That's another thing I really think that's interesting
I'm
about my
making
anime
comments on
list.
here
You
like
get
30
to
times.
see...
Wait, that shit just came out and it's 3.
Yeah, you're talking about the Monogatari series?
Or,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's up there. I don't know why
That
it's
is
so high.
insane.
I haven't caught up yet.
9.21.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Anyways,
I'm so
Yeah.
sad.
So, do you feel that Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because it's source material to some degree, versus regular Full Metal Alchemist, which one do you think delivered better? And from my understanding, what other people have told me, the reason why they like regular Full Metal better is because of a few different things. One being like the beginning parts of the series in general, because of
Yep.
actually following the manga. And then 2, apparently some characters are way more badass in the original series.
I don't remember. But,
So a good example is Roy Mustang.
right.
Apparently he has some stupid good scene.
Oh,
Stupid kids.
Yeah.
we're talking about
it's-
when he fights what's her
not,
face?
not Lust. You're talking about Lust. That actually happens in Brotherhood. But
Yep.
in regular Full Metal, he has another fight that's like super good, apparently.
Versus who?
It's like his
I feel
badass
so stupid.
moment.
Because when he's like up against the Führer.
That could be it.
I think it's
I-
that one.
I think that is it. And
Yeah,
the,
because
the-
that's
the first
literally
one.
the only other fight I could think of where he's like a real, like the reason why the Lust one stands out is he was just absolutely fucking pissed.
Yeah, he was out for blood.
He's just like,
He's like,
fuck you, like just like 15 minutes of him just like lighting her on fire.
Imagine if that was an angry black woman.
No, that's what he did. He basically did that. He's just snapping like 1,000 times.
Oh no!
Like, it
you
was
did
so
it. Oh no!
bad.
You did.
And then, yeah, because I don't think that one was in normal. I don't think that fight was in regular. I think that was only in Brotherhood against Lust. And then against the Führer was the one in normal, but not Brotherhood.
Yeah.
I think. Don't quote me on that one.
Because
I watched Norma like a while ago. Yeah, that's Loha over there.
So yeah, no.
I love this man right here.
So you didn't answer the question yet.
I did not answer the question. I have a certain thing where I'm just like, God, like I don't know if I can give a good comparison because it has been a long time, like between seeing both series, probably like 10 years or something, like more than 10 years.
Has it been that long since the first one came out?
It's a while. It's a while.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was us in high school, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Most likely. Yeah.
You want your cane back?
2003 to 2004 is when it aired.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how you're saying?
I don't know. I like that. I do sense like the good parts in the beginning from FMA, and I like because I did mention before that when I was watching Brotherhood, there were things that I just felt were missing because I just remember things that happened in that anime where it just didn't happen here, and I'm just like, it just kind of felt like lost to me, because there were some people that just popped up where it's just like there was like no introduction to them at all. They just like they were just there.
Are you talking about Brotherhood?
Yeah.
So you're probably talking about that one guy.
I feel that way in Scar. I feel that way with Scar. Like I feel like his arc was kind of fucked up.
Hell no, he's fine.
In Brotherhood, you liked it?
Hell yeah. Because he had nothing initially. That's what makes it okay. It's him not having anything and then coming in and then you finally get the story behind him being there. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I like that part. There's a certain part. I don't remember if it's Brotherhood or not. Maybe you can tell me.
It's the guy with the mustache.
Yeah. Okay, where he first meets him. Where he meets him for the first time. Is that in Brotherhood?
Yes.
Where he gets fucked, right? And then he like, I'm gonna fucking blow myself into the sewer. And then he's like in the slums and meets the other Ishvalan.
Yeah.
That's in Brotherhood, right?
Yep.
Okay, because I remember that in just FMA as well. And they had this whole thing, and he's just like, oh. And then the kid talks to him. He's like, oh, why do you have all this shit on your arm? He's like, I kill people with this arm, or some shit like that.
Yeah, and he's like he's in the slums, like the ghettos, the I want to say Jewish ghettos, but it's not. They're not Jew.
No, not really.
Ishvalan.
There's Eastern.
Eastern, yeah. Well, I couldn't remember what the fuck the term is.
Well, actually, like Easterners would be referred to as the Chinese, so Ishvalans would be, but they were east of their country.
They were Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I love the whole. I do love the explanation. No, I love the explanation where it's like, this is an alternate universe that gets its magical powers when we blow shit up. Like that's like the greatest fucking explanation for alternate universes ever.
One thing I think I don't know if I just have a bad memory, but do you remember the ice guy that was trying to like freeze the whole city or whatever the fuck?
Yes, the terrorist, or not terrorist, but
But yeah, he was a former.
He used to be an alchemist.
In the army.
Yeah, he used to be a state alchemist.
I don't remember that from the original one.
That was in the original.
A lot of
he was.
It completely strayed though. Like that's one thing that
I think in one version he was stopped by like someone, and then in the other one like the Führer killed him, and that's when it's like, huh, I might be evil, but who knows?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. I just remember one of them like that scene was distinctly he was more evil than like normal. Because I think in one he's like, oh, someone stop him, and in the other he's like, oh, I'll stop him, shank.
Fullmetal Alchemist is like the Brotherhood is just extremely well structured. It really
it gives you all the bits that you need to understand
what's going
like
on.
How like this whole entire like
Universe
conspiracy and all this shit.
Yeah.
It formulates really 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 well, whereas I think in FMA it's just slightly different. It's just slightly different. A lot of people say it's bad. I don't necessarily think it was bad. I mean, even though I was a kid, I was watching it every night. Like
that's the thing too, is you're not gonna revisit that. because you
exactly. No, I'm not.
Like you have it, and you already like you're not gonna go back to it unless like you have a fucking like passion about this show, like you love the shit out of it. Like some people feel about Yu Yu Hakusho. I still don't understand like where the hype is for that.
I love
but
Yu
Yu Yu Hakusho is good, but I'm just amazed at how hyped it is. Like,
but
it has such a following that makes no sense to me.
Here's something I have a question for you guys then, on that kind of note of the hype and all of that. I have rewatched anime a lot. Like, there's a lot of series I've rewatched just for either to rewatch with a girlfriend at the time or rewatch because I was bored or some shit like that. Because it's entertaining and I like it. I really enjoy watching something. I have never done that with manga. I've never gone and reread manga. Have you guys ever done that? Have you ever reread manga?
What? Reread manga?
Yeah, manga.
I don't revisit anything. Unless
I mean, if you don't revisit anything, don't worry about it.
You said it yourself, though. It's like you watched anime again with someone. You presented it to them, and that's why you're revisiting it. But you probably have series that you still revisit just because you have to, like that one anime series that you have to watch once a year in order for you to feel like a good person. You know,
Haikyuu.
Yeah.
I've watched Haikyuu 3 times already.
Recently,
I watched
my
the first
sister's
time.
Unusual.
Really, Nick? Really?
What?
I've watched Haikyuu 3 times. Like,
I watched Haikyuu by myself. I watched it again by myself, and then I watched it again with my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, and then like recently, probably like a week or two ago, I got caught up in watching the openings and endings for it, and I was just like, I need to watch the show again. I need to watch the show again.
See,
I miss it so much.
Another thing too is that like you have this issue, and I have this issue mainly. My issue is when I have watched series back in the day, like Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo. I loved them.
Those
series
series
I
are
watched
just
so long ago.
They're just things where it's like it's not just nostalgia. It's you know how good it is that you can rewatch it. Like you.
But that's my argument. I can't rewatch it.
Why not?
They're long. They're long series. Like it's funny because I never realized how long Samurai Champloo was. I always thought
like
it was
30
12
something,
episodes.
Right? It's not that bad.
It's still a lot. That's a lot.
Okay, mister, I just picked up fucking One Piece.
You
gave me shit for Gintama?
Listen.
Like, you were giving me shit. It's like, oh, dude, I can't do that.
Listen.
First off, you just
I'm hitting you with the Bernie.
They're both 26 episodes. They're long series. Are you for real, bro?
No. Kenny, go.
This is my point. We live in an age where two-core anime was dying. Two-core is back.
True.
Now. That's nice. But I was starting to get accustomed to the idea of only having 12-episode seasons. And I think everyone was. Until this year, where we're getting My Hero, fucking Welcome to the Ballroom, Recreators.
Yep.
Like, everything is just getting 24 or 22 to 25 episodes. That's what I'm going to say, 22 to 25. Because that's literally what it's been. And you know what? I feel like all of those two-core like shows are like executing extremely well. And I can't complain about them one bit, except Rage of Bahamut got stupid in one episode. Like, got so stupid that I actually want to stop watching it. And I'm on episode 20, I think. And they just did one thing that made me say, fuck this show. Like, if Recreators went down that route, that could have been the same situation. But instead, it's the other way. Once Recreators did some crazy shit, like offing to really important characters, fuck, it's good.
I'm like 2 weeks behind on it now.
You're wrong. You need to watch it now. It's so
You're wrong.
No, I'm 2 weeks behind. Shit.
I might have spoiled shit for you guys.
He was on vacation.
I might have spoiled it for you guys.
I was on vacation.
No, I mean, like, 2 people died. Well, I mean, fuck, it's like watching
main
Game
characters
of Thrones.
died.
Yeah, it's like Game of Thrones. Okay, well, 2 people are gonna die.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the only death that we seen was Momika.
Yeah, Momika.
And that's it. That I could think of. Yeah, it's the only death we've seen. Except...
I'm not gonna lie, that scene with like the gunman, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm your god, and he's like, well, fuck you, and it's like, no, really, I'm your god. See, I brought back the dead, and he's like, well, I feel like an asshole now. Let me try to make that up to you.
Now you should catch up so you can see what he does next because it's so much better. Oh, everybody! Okay. All right. if you're not watching Recreators, then you're not gonna walk away with the best anime of 2017.
You think it's better than My Hero?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
No, I mean I think that, but I was
one series that is new. Yes, because I think that's how you kind of have to look at it. You can't look at a sequel being the best.
Yeah, if you're looking at it that way, then I absolutely agree with
you.
But
I will say My Hero is way better than season 1. Like My Hero season 2 is 3 times better than season 1.
They've been exponential growth.
Oh, here goes.
The only problem with Recreators, how I think it's not as popular right now, only because it's on Amazon. It's on Anime Strike. If it was on Crunchyroll, it would definitely top charts.
Oh, yeah, it would. It would be number 1, 100%.
Absolutely agree.
It's really frustrating because it really does deserve all the credit, and I'm pretty sure it's popular in Japan. I'm not like 100% sure, but I feel like it's very popular in Japan.
I'll tell you in 2 months.
No, I can tell you now because when I went there, it started, and I seen all the posters over there. It was literally just that show and what's that other show?
The show with the girlfriends.
Yes.
Sekino?
Raising. There you go.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one. Like I literally seen those two. Oh, and Konosuba everywhere. That was nice.
Oh.
All the Konosuba.
Is it dead? Are they? Okay, good. Yeah, someone scared me. They're like, "Oh no, Konosuba's dead" because they hit a number of light novels. So
they're potentially gonna do another season soon, or some other project.
No, it's an anime project, but it's not officially a season 3.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said it's some other project.
When is the No Game No Life movie coming out? Is that out?
It's already out. Not here, but it's already out.
But not here. Yeah, okay.
Also, I wanted to mention this. Gintama apparently was doing really well in its release, so it's like making a bunch of money. So just wanted to let you know that, Nick, so you feel better about yourself.
2 of our friends, one of whom was
killed.
Captain Ming in our fun little Mulan video that Mark was in. He was just mentioning that he reminded me that it's coming back October 3rd, and I was so happy. Him and our other friend Jackie Chan. I fucking love that kid.
So
I'll never not love that kid.
Now to get back to the whole anime and gaming, and not gaming, anime and manga. Now, is it good that we now have a plethora of different source materials? Like, I feel like there was a point where everyone was super on the light novel train when ReZero was out, and now I personally am like, fuck light novels. I'm kind of sick.
The light novel train started with Sword Art though.
No, but I feel like that was the peak. I guess that's what I should look at it. That was the peak. Like when ReZero came out, everyone was like, holy everyone was on light novels. This is so good. And then like all the isekai shit and all the stupid light novel titles that are way too long, like all.
Where did Eromanga Sensei come from? Where did that derive from?
Manga.
Was it manga?
No.
Yeah,
I thought it was a light novel. Because I remember knowing that it was exceptionally self-aware, but I didn't. Light novel. Yeah, I couldn't remember how self-aware it was because of that parody thing. I'm like, I don't remember what's parody in my memory.
Well, I also gotta remember too. It's like the studio that made it and the light novel that published, the light novel company that published it, made all the other same series. That's why like you seen Orimo come up. You seen
what is it?
Sword Art.
Yeah,
same author, but then you have Sword Art like Kirito coming up and a few other things. Like they were all in the same field. So it's like here you go.
I still love that they referenced Kirito explicitly in that show, and they had the voice actor of Kirito, and then they had some other guy just like pretend to be his voice. I was like, that seems like such a.
I don't see why you think it's not him.
What do you mean?
Why don't you think it wasn't him?
Because it wasn't him.
What do you mean it wasn't him?
It wasn't him.
All right, I want you to fact check that. You know why I say that? Because he's that good of a voice actor that he can play something else that is him.
You know what?
If that makes any sense.
That's very true.
He is was it Beetlejuice or Beltegeuse, whatever? In ReZero, so
he's everything.
He can do literally anything. Good. He has such a massive range. So, but I'm not at all surprised that he did that.
I think it was credited to someone else. There's somewhere I saw.
I'm holding you to this offline. It doesn't need to be.
I'll look it up after.
So that's kind of like my thought process behind it. Like, you know, I do like the idea of having like visual novels as source material. Still, I like games depending on like the concept. Manga is always going to be king in my book. Like, I still want more manga adaptations. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I don't want to read manga, because I know it's just going to be adapted someday if it's good, or if like the demand's there. You also got to remember that a lot of the time, anime is a good point. Anime is made to support the manga.
Boost the sales.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually have that. Anime has that effect on me. Like, when I watch an anime that I know is adapted off of something, I want to go watch or read the source material.
Yes.
See,
like freaking.
That's how I got into Berserk.
Your Lie in April. Halfway through the anime, I actually went and read the manga.
Why?
How?
That's a show you have to watch instead.
It's a musical.
And I can say that yes, the anime is so much better because the music adds so much to it, but the story was just so good.
It's so good.
The story outside of the music was so good. I just had to read it.
Fair enough, Mark.
So Mark had a good example. What about you guys? Is there any series that you started and then you were like, I need to read this, and then you just like straight off and did your own thing?
Berserk was the #1 thing for me. After that, Attack on Titan and High School of the Dead.
Yeah, I did that with Attack on Titan too.
I did mention I did that with One Piece. I did also do it with High School of the Dead, and what was the other thing you said? Attack on Titan. Jesus Christ.
Attack on Titan. Yeah. Mark. Sorry.
Oh God, I'm trying to remember, but I don't. No, I read the manga before I watched the anime. I have no idea. I can't remember because I haven't read it in so long.
For mine, Bleach. I gave up on the anime for a different reason. Fuck the Bount arc, 100%. Read the manga instead. Fuck all fillers. Did the same damn thing for Naruto. Got to the stupid ass arc. Said not dealing with it. Read it instead. Detective Conan. No, I did not. I take that back. Because I actually didn't. I finished it and then read instead after I caught up. I think it's just those two and.
Oh, I have another one.
Tokyo Ghoul. I think I started it and didn't actually finish it.
I have another one.
Go for it, Mark.
Oh, my brain.
I fucking hated how Gantz anime ended.
Oh man, yeah.
That's a whole different fucking clusterfuck. Because that was the same for me.
Yeah. But I also hated the ending of the manga.
Oh, Chobits, I did that, and I had that same reaction where I read the manga, and I'm like, why did they do this in the anime? What the fuck were they on, and why the fuck are these people still alive?
Did you do the same thing for Attack on Titan?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I felt like that show just everyone had the same response to it.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't like, hey, you know, I'm just gonna start watching this, and then you're like, oh yeah, I can't wait for the next episode. It's like, oh, there's a whole bunch of content here I could read. Fuck this. You know,
I mean, the main reason I started
you finished
reading it
and then reading it.
Well, yeah, that was a
main reason I started reading it was 2 was like taking way too long. So I was like, fuck it, I'm reading it.
I can say the same thing about the one series that we're never gonna see an anime season 2 for. High School of the Dead, like Loha mentioned.
Well, I mean, that's because the guys actually died.
Yeah, but that was a long ass hiatus too. It was like 2 years or 3 years, 4 years, maybe 8 years, and maybe 20.
Mark, were you there for? Were you at that AFO with me? Well, it was like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
When they premiered it. No. When they premiered it, and I stole those LEDs from the.
I've never been to AFO.
Oh, never? Oh, never mind then. But then I know exactly who I was with. Never mind.
And my brain's exploded and I can't remember what the fuck I watched. I had it in my head and I completely lost it. I watched it and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go read this now. I remember. But I never finished the manga. It was Kenichi.
Oh yeah. I remember
his 3 strongest disciples, yeah, Kenichi. Because I was like, why like I need this.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, I never like, you know, followed through, but I did get up to a certain point. There was a tournament arc. Yeah. That's where I stopped.
It's a motherfucking tournament arc.
See, you have these kinds of situations where you are all set, you finally caught up, and you're all happy. You know, you get to wait on a weekly basis or monthly if you're into those series that are monthly releases. But then you have a show that manga that completely goes downhill, like Bleach, and you just kind of give up on reading manga entirely. I'm not saying that's what happened to me, but it's very close to what happened to me. Because man, I went from like saying, okay, this show's really good. Now I'm gonna start reading the manga, and like, oh yeah, all the eyes and stuff was happening, and like, all this stuff was going on. I was like, oh yes, it's so good, blah, blah, blah. And then like, everything just went downhill. And then when you start hearing the story behind why these mangas like go to shit, it's really interesting to really research it. Because if you find out like why Bleach is where it is right now, it's mostly because the mangaka just didn't give a shit anymore. Like he wasn't.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like he didn't give a shit. Like he stopped making backgrounds, and that's why like some like places that are they're fighting in have like they're like in a void. There's no real background to it because he just gave up on like drawing them in the first place. So he gave up on that. He just wanted to do action poses. That's why his action poses were so good, because that's all he was passionate about. And then like the thing that makes manga so successful in Shonen Jump is having an editor to guide you. He gave no shits about what any of his editors was saying. He was just like, oh, nah, I'm going to do what I want to do. Which is fine. You're the artist. You should create what you want to create. But he knows what he's doing because he's trying to make you continue to succeed. Like, if Akira Toriyama were to continue down the path that he was going when he first made... No, not GT. When he made, like, Dragon Ball Z, right? When he started with Dragon Ball Z and get to the whole Android series, the main villains for the androids were supposed to be the clown-looking dude and the old guy.
18 and 19.
No, not
18, 19 and 20.
1920. Yeah, so those were supposed to be the big villains. Editor was like, don't do that. That's stupid. So he made two teens, 17, 18. Don't do that. They're just like rebels that no one gives a shit about. Like little teens, no one cares about them. Killed them off, made Cell. Alright, now, mind you, Cell, when he was first created into the story, he had that weird look that he had. The editor was like, I don't like it. He made the next Cell. He didn't like that either. Made perfect Cell. There you go. That's literally why Cell Saga is the way it is, because his editor just kept telling him what to do. Because all of his ideas were stupid.
And it turned out great.
It turned out fucking great. Cell Saga is one of my favorite things about Dragon Ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, of all time. Like, all of the Dragon Ball storylines, whether it's movie or just the series, it's really interesting to get into those concepts. And when you really, like, dig into Shonen Jump and the stories behind all these different series, that's why I like Bakuman so much. If you ever get into that series... It is such an enjoyable read. I have all 20 volumes of the series, and it was worth the buy. I loved every bit of it. So
it's funny you mentioned the whole the mangaka's like opinions, like Akira Toriyama versus whoever the fuck did Bleach. I can't remember his name. And
Kubo Tite, whatever his name is.
I was gonna say like Eiji Kachujo or some shit like that.
I know it's Kubo. Kubo is definitely like his name.
With Gintama, they just flat out like, yeah, this is our mangaka. He's really a gorilla with brain damage, and then they animate him like that. Like, so it's like a running gag. Like every now and then they're like, yeah, this is the mangaka, and it's like a picture of a gorilla, and he's just like drawing, and it's like, yeah, this is where we got the idea. He's a gorilla. We give him bananas, let him play in a swing. He throws poop, and he makes a show. And I feel like you should be held accountable, and I feel like every time he pissed them off or like screwed up a deadline or something, they're just like, well, we have to fill it with something, so we're just gonna make an arc where we mock you for being a dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if they did that in Bleach, he'd be like, all right, maybe I need to like get my head out of my own ass.
Another reason why Fulikuli was so interesting, just like what you just said, they just used the director's face for a lot of the scenes, or his hands.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
That's another reason why Fooey Pooey's also
interesting. That's fucking
See,
great.
do more things like that and you will get all of us invested. Do it.
It's when you do interesting things where, and I think the problem is a lot of these people, it's like, I can't piss this guy off. Like, if he quits, then, well, I'm fucked. It's one of those things where you have to be like, able to get to that point where it's like, listen, man, I'm going to blow your spot. You need to do your fucking work so I can do my job. Because if I can't do my job, I'm going to do something else for fun. And that's going to be making fun of you in front of millions of people by having you animated as a fucking brain-dead gorilla. Do it. 3-episode arc of, yeah, so we got to save the show because our mangaka's a fucking retard. Like, it's interesting.
So, look at all that. You got all this insight, you know. You keep coming over and listening to us, you know. We can go all day. Especially, like, me and Shonen Jump. Like, I kind of wanted to write an article about it, but I feel like that's going to be, like, Dill's manifesto of...
Oh, the fucking
the draft picks for Kokoro. Yeah. Like, that's the kind of detail you had to go into that kind of thing. But
absolutely.
Shonen Jump system just makes interesting stories.
That's
very what I can
it's
really
a microcosm. Yeah, it's like its own little universe, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why I have insight into it is actually because of Gintama. They make fun of it so much, and they have so many. Like, I've learned so much of Japanese culture from watching this show, and in so far as if a foreigner were to watch The Simpsons, they'd be able to learn a lot about American,
unfortunately,
culture. And it's obviously it's like things are exaggerated, but realistically, you would know a lot of. If you watched every episode of The Simpsons, you would know a lot about American culture over the years. Like, it's terrifying how true that is. All right.
Yeah.
Loha.
So, Loha.
You gonna fact check me on that?
On what?
No, you look like I just saw your eyes like carry over.
No.
So, yeah. To close out, there's a few things I'm gonna talk about. Definitely continue checking us out on the blog. And we have to fix our shit so we can get back to our old, post a day. We're getting there. We're in the process, but I just wanted to say, thank you so much for continuing to follow us, and whether
busy people.
Yeah, whether it's just listening in on the podcast, subscribing to our YouTube, and just going through any medium we have available to you. We really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll be able to bring out more content. Like, I'm still looking for new writers. If you are interested in being a writer, or just being a part of the team, you can always let us know, whether it's through our Twitters or hit us up at Black and Yellow Otaku Gamers.
Slide into them DMs, girl.
Black and Yellow Otaku Gamers at gmail.com. You can hit us up on there.
Yeah, if you never see Mark, myself, or Dill ever on the podcast or reference again, Irma fucked Florida hard.
Yeah.
And so, if Irma didn't, Lloyd did.
We will need to replace some people in Black and Yellow Otaku Gamers because we will lose them to Irma. And
bonus points if you are black or yellow.
Yes. Preferred that we have another black. I feel pretty lonely around here.
Holy shit.
Alright, and we've got our title. Thanks, folks.
Alright, so you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for tuning in, and as always, just watch our shit. If not, we kill you. Thanks. Bye.
Later.
Mix the races.